Yo, what's up? What's up? It's Tommy Hamilton, aka the Hungry Millennial, back with another Bite audio experience. Today, I'm going to give you my top 3 takeaways from Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. And I promise, if you get this book, it will give you insight and help you change your destiny. But enough of that deep philosophy, type stuff. Let's get into my number 1 from Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, and that is Law 4. Always say less than necessary. The problem in our generation of hungry millennials, and individuals is when we decide that we're going to go to another job, or when we get to a point where we're angered, in that moment of anger, instead of stopping and thinking, we explode. It's like, boom, everything we believe the world stops. We start saying things and doing things that are not true to our nature, that are not true to our character. That's why Law 4 is so important, because when you say less than necessary, it gives your mind and your brain time to think about the repercussions of your actions and the things that you verbalize. I've fallen into this trap many a times, and I can't tell you a time where it's really played out in my favor. And through reading the 48 Laws of Power, it began to get the wheels turning and be like, dang, okay, that's a flaw that you need to work on. And when I can work on that flaw and fix that flaw, work on my personal issues, that's when I start to see change in my surroundings. Because ultimately, our reality is shaped by ourselves, but it's also shaped by our interactions with others. So, I advise you, law number 4, always say less than necessary. Which brings me to my second favorite law, Law 23, concentrate your forces. I don't know how many times I've been given a task or taken on a task on my own, and then my mind starts to get clouded with judgment from other things that I need to accomplish. When in all reality, if I focus on that one thing at a time, if I use my mental power to execute that one single time, that one single issue, that one single problem to solve that one, then things start to line up. So I work for FedEx, right? And I deliver boxes. You'll come into the warehouse and be like, man, that's a lot of packages. The truck will be stuffed to no end. And originally when I first started, I was defeated. But when I started to adopt the idea of Law 23, concentrate your forces, I began to focus on one box at a time, because I can't deliver all the packages, 100 stops or so, 300 something packages. I can't deliver all of them at the same time. But if I start with one package, if you start with one problem, one issue, and you start hacking at that issue, and you start mastering those things, I promise you it will get easier. And ultimately, it's going to give you the tools that you need to set yourself up for success in the future and beyond. Master, and you know what? That comes down to mastering your mind, because your mind will play tricks on you. It will put you into different places that you don't want to be and that you feel like you can't get out of. Ultimately, it's about taking that first step. A lot of people want to go to the gym. They want to work out. They want to get in shape. They want to be healthier, but they're freaked out by the process because they don't have an accountability partner. Go into the gym and lift something. Pick something up, drop it down. Move one leg at a time. I promise you, you're going to see results, but it's going to take consistency. Which brings me to my third favorite law of power, Law 48. Assume formlessness. This comes down to, ultimately, there's a story. This is more relative to Bruce Lee himself. Think about water. You pour the water into a cup it takes the shape of a cup. You pour it into a bowl, it takes the shape of a bowl. If you pour it into your hands, it's going to take the shape of your hands. When you assume formlessness, that means the ability to adapt, overcome, and grow and change. Change is necessary. There's a reason why we don't write on stone tablets anymore. We went from writing on stone tablets to somebody inventing pen and paper because it was more efficient, to doing ads only on TV, to doing ads through radio, to ultimately seeing ads on Facebook, to ultimately seeing ads on Instagram, to ultimately, being able to see, everything from paper billboard advertisements to being able to see a digital advertisement. You get more run that way. You get more quality that way. Start assuming formlessness. Adapt and overcome. We may not like what we're getting into. We may not like the process. The process can be brutal at times. But I promise you, if you assume formlessness and you take the shape of whatever situation you're in, adapt and overcome, you will see change. Anyway, I hope you guys really, really enjoyed my top 3 from Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. I highly recommend the book. I listen to it in audio form. If you're a paperback person, pick it up. But I got to get back to the grind. About to hit this DoorDash. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hungry Millennial out. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.